Today, we're going to unlock a pro makeup artist's secret to making your eyes look, well, bigger and brighter. And this isn't some passing trend, you know? It's a simple, proven technique that's been perfected over 20 years, and you can start using it, like right now.
You ever have those days where it doesn't matter how much sleep you got, your eyes just look tired? Yeah, we've all been there. But the answer isn't just piling on more concealer. It's actually about a really specific, strategic technique that we're about to break down.
And this whole method comes from makeup artist Shaunoc Scott. Now, she's been doing this for over 2 decades, so what you're about to see, it's not a fleeting TikTok hack, it's a solid foundational skill that really, truly works.
Okay, so let's dive right in. The very first thing we need to talk about is this eye-opening trick. And before we even think about touching a product, we gotta talk tools. This part is so critical, especially if you have hooded eyes, where you've got that little extra fold of skin over your crease. Here's the deal, it's all about precision. A big fluffy brush, sure, it feels nice, but it just kind of throws color everywhere. This whole technique is about working in a really small targeted space, so grabbing a smaller pencil or blending brush is an absolute must. You need that control.
And here's the other crucial piece of the puzzle. We start with matte eyeshadows. Seriously, think of this as eye contouring 101. Mattes absorb light, which is what lets us create the illusion of depth and shadow to literally sculpt the eye. You can always pop some shimmer on later, but all the important structural work, that's done with mattes.
All right, so we've got the right tools. Now we can move on to step 2, laying down the foundation. The whole point here is to create a bright, clean canvas on your eyelid. This is going to make everything else we do pop. So to get that nice, bright effect, you're going to start with a base shade. If you have fair to medium skin, a bone or a peachy tone works perfectly. For deeper skin tones, the same idea applies. Just find a matte shade that's a little bit lighter than your natural skin tone. So here's how you put it on. First, a little concealer to cancel out any darkness, especially in that inner corner where we all get a little blue or purple. Then, you pat that bright shade right on the inner corner, blend it out across your lid, and this is important, bring it slightly above your natural crease. A quick little pat under the tear duct with whatever's left on the brush just brightens everything up instantly.
Okay, now we are getting to the absolute heart of this whole technique. This next part, this is where the real magic happens. It's where we create that illusion of lift and space.
So what we're really trying to do is create a new, higher socket line. You're not putting the shadow in your natural crease. You're putting it just above where your eye naturally folds. This creates an optical illusion that makes the eye look so much more lifted and open. It is a total game changer, especially for hooded or deep-set eyes.
Now, to make sure this whole illusion looks natural, you have to mimic a real shadow. And the best way to do that is to mix 2 matte shades, one that's a bit warmer and one that's a bit deeper than your skin tone. This way, you create a custom color that doesn't look like a harsh gray or brown stripe. It just looks real.
Now, how you apply it is everything. You want to sweep that custom shadow just above your natural crease and kind of pull it slightly outwards. The biggest mistake you can make here is rounding the shadow down at the corner. That will just drag your whole eye down and totally cancel out all that beautiful lifting work we just did.
Okay, our shadow is in place. Everything's looking lifted. It's time for step 4, liner. And this is all about adding some strategic, really subtle definition to support the lift we've just created. One of the best little tricks for a brighter look is lining your lower waterline. But please, avoid that stark white pencil. It can look pretty unnatural. Instead, go for a flesh-toned or nude pencil that matches your undertone. It's such a simple swap, but it subtly cancels out any redness and just makes the whites of your eyes look super clear.
All right, next up is tight lining. This is how you define the eye without that heavy, obvious line. Just take an angled brush with a dark brown shadow, it's usually a bit softer than black, look down into a mirror and just gently press and wiggle the product right into the roots of your top lashes. So you're not drawing a line on your eyelid, you're filling in the space between the lashes.
And hey, here's a pro tip just for those of you with hooded eyes. Focus all your energy on getting a really good tight line and maybe just skip the wing altogether. A classic winged liner can get all smushed or just disappear into the fold of the eyelid. Tight lining gives you all that gorgeous definition without any of the hassle.
All right, we are on the home stretch. These last steps are all about the lashes. They're what provide that final framework to really open up the eyes and pull the entire look together.
I know it sounds so basic, but please, do not underestimate this step. It takes, 10 seconds? But it makes a world of difference. Curling your lashes instantly lifts them up and away from your eyes, which just makes you look so much more awake. For this look, it's totally non-negotiable.
Now, if you really want to take your natural lashes to the next level, a primer is an amazing tool. It adds volume, it helps hold the curl, but the secret is all in the timing. You put it on, and then you have to wait about 60 seconds. You want it to start turning clear but still be a little tacky. That creates the perfect base for your mascara to grab onto.
I love this analogy. Think of this next step like adding a pair of high heels to your outfit. Is it necessary? No. But does it elevate the whole look? Absolutely. Adding just a few individual or cluster lashes to the outer corner is that final, polished detail that makes your eyes look incredibly awake and alert.
So, as we start to wrap this up, it's really important to get that what we've just walked through isn't just a makeup look you can do today. This is a truly timeless, foundational skill.
This really is the 101 of eye contouring. And the reason it's stuck around for so long is because the main idea, creating subtle shape and lift, is universally flattering. It works when you're 20, it works when you're 60, it works for any occasion and on literally every single eye shape. And if there's one single philosophy to take away from this whole thing, it's this. This entire technique is built on tiny, subtle enhancements and really precise application. It's not about caking on product. It's about intelligently shaping what you've already got.
So the real question is, now that you have this classic framework, how are you going to make it your own? You've got the blueprint now for creating shape and lift that's never going out of style. So are you going to add a pop of shimmer, maybe a bold color, or pair it with a dramatic lip? The foundation is there for you, and the possibilities are all yours.